I'd like to interject something at this point before we do the motion. This has been a very difficult it's one of those, it's very big. There's a lot of people involved, and so it's really easy for, you've got so many people with so many interests. So the approach that we did with the study committee is to break it up into smaller pieces so we could tackle each piece at a time. And as Kevin said, it's, like the building blocks. So the stuff that we have pretty much reached consensus on, we are going to make changes in that ROC part. That was a suggestion we threw out there, and we've since talked to the ROC, so we've got some better recommendations on how to handle that. But so we identified, step one is what were the common barriers that we were all dealing with, and that was, didn't matter whether you were a developer or a general contractor or a sub or a supplier. The number one issue is getting rid of the frivolous lawsuits. Just like, we had heard with the ADA and things like that, when you've got these, particularly the attorneys from California, coming in and they're doing these what we call drive-by lawsuits, it was just running up the cost for no reason whatsoever. So we wanted to do that, but in the same time make sure that we were mindful to protect the homeowners, so if there was a legitimate problem that we could address their concerns and make sure that was taken care of. So there was, one nut to crack there is get rid of the frivolous stuff. The part of that also is making sure that the parties were brought in right up front. One of the other problems is that many times if there was a complaint, whether it was frivolous or not, the subcontractors didn't even know about it until the back end, and by then they'd all settled and said, oh, here you go. And these guys, many of them have like $10,000 deductibles, and so all of a sudden they were informed that they were responsible for this $10,000 deductible, and they had no idea it was even going on, and come to find out they actually had nothing to do with the problem to begin with. So a part of this was also bringing them up front, so that if there's a problem that they legitimately did, they have the opportunity to fix it. They know about it right up front, and so we can solve the theory is we can solve 80 or 90% of the problems before it even gets out of hand and out of control. So those are a lot of the things that, in a nutshell, the big stuff that the upfront stuff.